weekend all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the weekend of Friday, the 22nd of March, 2024. This is your weekend edition. So, the metal markets came under pressure this week as the dollar reigned supreme. You can see the dollar up today another 51 points, clearing the 104 area. We had been talking during the week that I thought the market could go up to that area. You had a Bollinger Band up there that I thought it was going to reach for, and it did. We'll talk about all that. You were down pretty good in the euro, the Aussie, the British pound. The yen had been down hard during the week. It's sort of stabilizing right here. If you take a look, you're still up in the gasoline a bit, but you're down in the two different energy sectors, the Brent and WTI. Bonds and notes sort of flat right here. So when we take a look at gold for the week, or rather, let me put it this way, for the month, because we still have another little bit to go, it's still up 5% for the month. You wouldn't think so, given how much the market has recently sold off. I mean, if you look, you were down 0.7% this week. If we go back just a little bit, I can't do it on this. It's not going to let me. I'm sorry. It was down last week pretty good, too. We'll see this on the charts here. You can see how the market from a high, an all-time high, of $2,225 sold itself off this week to $2,149. I mean, you talk a $75 break. It's huge when you think about it. And the market now has a higher high and low pattern. I wonder what caused that to stop there. You ever wonder about it? Bollinger Bands. You got over it for 2 weeks, and you typically pull back inside. That's the idea of the algorithm, that you will pull back. That does not mean I was bearish up there. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is anything over that is borrowed time typically. And if you're determined to be a buyer, you wait for the market to pull back within the band, not stay out of it. What's the trend? Well, right now, it's questionable. You're overbought. You have a higher high, a lower low on a weekly chart, and you have an outside week down. What would make this market catch fire right away? Well, if you took out this week's high, the market would all of a sudden say, hey, there's nothing above me, I can just run. But the market, as you can see, ran into a bit of a buzzsaw. Now, it did snap back and get over the 18-week average of closes, the gold-silver ratio. So gold started gaining on silver. And again, in the silver market, it's the same thing. Now, I'm coming out with my full charting course this coming week. And it gives a brief analysis here, but the enhanced Bollinger Band course, I've kept that separate because it's so good at what it does. It teaches you how to work with these Bollinger Bands. It's on our website under the word research, by the way. You can see how the market is overbought into the upper Bollinger Band and silver, still bullish. Yes, still bullish. Supports all the way back at 23.69. This market got up on a weekly chart to 25.73 and then sold off over $1 from there and closed near the lows. In the copper, the market got over the 18-week average. So last week, traders were going, oh, well, look at the market here. It's going to keep going. And what did I say to you? I know I said, I tell my clients, my subscribers, no, you don't do that. I think the big buy in the copper is back here in the 386 level if it wants to get down there. We'll find out if it can. It's overbought. It's hit a resistance zone. The trend is up. I don't know that it'll fall that low, but that to me looks like the support zone. In the platinum market, I teach that the first time you hit major moving averages, in this case, you can go back and look how the market has fared at the green line, the 100-day average. Markets like to fight battles at those. If it exceeds it, I look to see is there a Bollinger Band and another average above it. And there was. That stopped the whole rally, threw the market back, but I don't see on weekly charts a trend at all. I see a higher high, lower low pattern, a market that is just drifting for momentum. And in the dollar index now, if you can clear this 104.24, well, the next stopping spot here, as I see it, is between 104.54 and 104.95, right up in there, if it can clear that. It's getting a bit long in the tooth. In other words, getting a bit overbought here. So be careful of that on a weekly chart as well. You put it together, you try to come up with game plans. And because we're in a market now that's chopping, and yes, it is. If you take a look at, if you saw the financial update that I did just a minute ago before this one, and now you're looking at this. What's happening is the market's playing around with what we call the pivot point formula. So you're getting up to overbought, oversold conditions. They'll look like this. You get your pivot point. You get buy zones under the market, sell zones above the market. I tie it together with momentum. And do I use this for my analysis? I do, because I'm always looking, if I want to be a buyer or seller, could the market fall down to a point that makes sense with something else? So inevitably, I'm looking at this to get a feel for the market. Not everything works. Nobody walks on water in trading, but this is a very popular tool. You'll find that out. If you go into technical trading rooms, they'll talk about it all the time. You can go to iraepstein.com because I give it away for free. It's a 3-part video series. You take a look, you do it yourself, and you have pivot points if you have a good charting service already in there. You just probably don't know how to plot them, work with them. I'll teach you how to do that. You go to iraepstein.com, free offers, or move your cursor right up here, give it a click, it'll take you to the free offers. Look for the pivot point. We also have the Arun indicator, which is time and price, and that's very fascinating too. Another one of the free courses. You have a great weekend, all. I'll see you come Monday.